Welcome. As part of your lesson today, you'll be accessing the Seismic Explorer. The Seismic Explorer is a website that tracks the major earthquakes over the last 40 or so years, from 1980 through to the year 2021. When you access the website, you'll see the map in front of you, which you can shift sideways so we can see. I want to put Australia in reasonable centre so I can see the large Pacific plate. And I can also see the Atlantic plate going along here. You can choose your map type. I say not to use the street map as much, but the relief map is very good to have a look at because you can see the mid-ocean ridges. There is the edge of the Pacific plate, and you can see the trenches that are forming around the Ring of Fire. I might just put it back to satellite to begin with. Okay. Up here is the key which you should access to see what the actual symbols will mean very soon. In a few more moments, we're going to see earthquakes, and the size of the earthquake will be indicated by the size of the circle, and the depths, how far down. Blue is really, really deep, right at the bottom of the plates, whereas, when I say bottom plates, right in the middle of the mantle, as well as a red is actually in the crust. So let's just allow it to play through. We can now see all the earthquakes from 1990. We're approaching the year 2000 and the year 2010, when I'll stop it just there. Okay. And we see very clearly along the boundaries of the plates where our earthquakes are. This gives us great indication of actually where these plates are. And if I now change my map type to the relief, you can see that the really big, deep, large earthquakes are occurring along the subduction zones here. This section here, which is the Chile and Peruvian edge of South America, is where the Nazca plate is moving into the South American plate here. But this being oceanic plate is much denser than the continental plate over here of the South American plate, so it is subducting in this position. So if I was to remove the actual earthquakes, you can see the deep trench that is formed when the subduction zone occurs. If I was to now increase only the magnitudes to see the large scale earthquakes, I'm going to go 7 onward and ask it to play again. Let's find out where those mostly occur. So we're looking at big earthquakes, big earthquakes. And you'll notice that at the subduction zone over here, it's a divergent boundary which is happening as a subduction here. You'll find that we get large earthquakes. The other subduction zone is up here. Remember, a subduction zone is basically a convergent boundary where oceanic crust is going underneath continental crust. So if I remove, once again, I remove all of them, you can see the large trenches going there. This is where this really dense Pacific plate, that's an oceanic plate, is going underneath a continental plate, which is less dense. We also should see over here with the Himalayas, where the two plates, that's a continental plate, that's the Indian plate going up here, and the Eurasian plate, the Northern Eurasian plate here, they're two continental plates which are converging. And this is forming a large raised section all the way here. This is the Tibetan Plateau, and these are the Himalayas. So I would like you to take a few moments and play around with this. And if you can see how and where the earthquakes occur. Once you've done that, let's put some more earthquakes on. And I might just pause that again. I'm going to make a lot of earthquakes here. Good. Okay. There is one last feature that you could use. I'm just going to go up to year 2010. Yeah. Is draw a cross section. And you can draw a cross section between 2 points. Let's just draw a cross section along there and open it in a 3D viewer. You can see the section that you are looking at up here, and you can see where these actual earthquakes are happening. Here, these are really deep earthquakes. These are earthquakes happening at the bottom of the plate as it is subducted in underneath. And you can see that a lot of the earthquakes are occurring in not so much up at the top of the crust, but underneath the actual ground, quite deep in the top part of the mantle. Remember, red is in the crust, and the orange and the yellow is in the upper part of the mantle. This is where the plate is coming in and underneath. And this is really deep in the mantle. Okay. So take a few moments and have an explore with that, and then we'll return to the activity and the class lesson and answer the questions. Thank you.